Morning, everybody. Ron Pare, as usual. Trying something new today. Seeing as the whole world does this kind of thing. Take a real life activity that's happening in real time. They live stream it and they talk about it with their thoughts. And you know, kind of feel as if I'm one of those characters in life that wants to share with his viewers. So hopefully this is being streamed on Twitch, Ron Pare channel right now. That's the plan, at least. Got a space launch from Spacex, and I think it is, they're doing micro satellites. Look it up. Got myself a coffee here. Here we go. So, via Ars Technica, SpaceX has an intriguing launch on Wednesday morning. The company has a new payload bearing and a new boat. Better luck this time with recovery. Again, this is the Ars Technica article. Eric Berger, the author. I'd like to credit these. That's the thing about these other streams is thing about these other streams is they don't credit everybody. They want to put stuff and credit themselves. Full screen. We could watch this full screen when it happens. I'll do that. I like this. Got my friends all around. Let's get back to the article. Got eyes. Gotta do this. Otherwise, I gotta go. I can't get on camera that way. After the launch of the Falcon Heavy rocket 2 weeks ago, going back to launching a single core of a Falcon 9. However, I believe that this Falcon 9 is the Block 5 rocket, meaning that it is the last iteration of the Falcon, not the Falcon. The Falcon 9, yeah, I was right. Like something to let down, but the next SpaceX launch, presently scheduled for early Wednesday morning, is worth tuning into. The instantaneous launch window opens and closes at 9:17 a.m. Countdown is that's 26 minutes away. And the weather conditions forecast for the launch pad at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California are 90% favorable. Update. About an hour before the launch window, upper level winds are too high, so SpaceX will gather additional data from a weather at T25 minutes. So in a minute, we will have an update to the launch schedule. And make a final launch decision from there. Proceeded with propellant loading. However, you can see the smoke going around the top of the rocket. Much of that is oxygen gases that they allow to vent on their own, because it's liquid oxygen at the temperature of the Earth. They allow to do that, and just before launch, they fill it up fully. Problem. Primary mission on Wednesday is the launch of the PAZ satellite in low Earth orbit. This is the synthetic aperture radar satellite that can generate high-resolution images of the Earth's surface, regardless of whether there are clouds covering the ground. The customer is Hisdesat, HISDSAT, a Spain-based commercial satellite company. The Falcon 9 rocket will also carry a second payload of note 2 experimental non-geostationary orbit satellite, Microsat 2A and 2B. These are two satellites that the SpaceX has previously said would be used.
Experts estimate the average Fortune 1000 company develops and maintains more than 500 software applications.
Okay. Now, if I was living in the United States, I'd be able to sign up for the program to get no ads. We're at T-24. We should have our update on our article here. Let's refresh the article, make sure that we've got the latest data. Coffee here. Hell is that? There was a monkey up in. I like that little eye spinning around. Hey, here's the update. This has been updated on our article, so let's continue on with reading it because we've got another 20 minutes to go. Okay, so Spain-based commercial satellite company, 2A and 2B. These are two satellites that SpaceX has previously said would be used in its first phase of broadband testing as part of an ambitious plan to eventually deliver global satellite internet. Woo! Further satellites will be launched in phases, with SpaceX intending to reach full capacity with more than 4,000 satellites in 2024. Wow. That's the story here, because if you live in rural United States or rural Canada or in a third world country, chances are you've got dial-up internet or no internet at all, or dial-up's your only choice, which is basically no internet at all. So this is really interesting. And what they are doing, what they're planning on doing, is they have two sets of satellites. One set that serves the planet, and then another set that are farther out into space. And they, I think between the two of them, have a secure connection around the world, like bounce connection off of satellites very easily with the combination of the two orbits. Very cool. One of the most intriguing aspects of Wednesday's launch will come a few minutes after liftoff, when the payload fairings separate from the top of the rocket. Although SpaceX has not talked publicly about these fairings, they represent an upgrade over previous iterations, and the company will make an effort to recover them from Pacific Ocean testing. I guess I should be watching the little tweets that come in the window. Now we're watching on the SpaceX channel, so we're getting the real bits here. this over real quick. In this picture here, you can see a net. And this is supposed to be the fairing grabber. They're gonna go out to sea and grab the fairings with this net. Or so it seems. As part of the recovery effort, SpaceX will dispatch a boat named Mr. Steven. Oh, Mr. Steven's supposed to be... Oh, this is gonna be cool. As part of the recovery effort, SpaceX will dispatch a boat named Mr. Steven to the recovery area in an attempt to catch at least one of the steerable fairings. Steerable fairings. The fairings are going to fly themselves back. Fairings. You know how many space fairings are in... Rocket fairings are in space right now? All of them. This is crazy. It's amazing. We're living awesome times. If you children are at all interested in space, use these videos to grow that passion. Passion in a child's life is what life's all about. People die every day of suicide, of depression, of all the things, because basically they don't have a passion to think their soul into, and important thing for children got them. I guess we should start up the timer here. Just for fun, because got one. Sorry I stopped reading the article. I just get so inspired by these guys that it's amazing. Really. Really starting the timer at the beginning of the cast. Hi Patrick, how you doing? We're gonna watch a space launch of SpaceX. They are actually got the beginning 2 satellites for international internet satellite. Internet. So that's the secondary payload. The commercial payload is from a Spanish company. But it's really cool so far. I'm going to continue reading this article. So the fairings are going to fly themselves back to home, and hopefully Mr. Steven, the boat named Mr. Steven. I think you gotta say the boat named Mr. Steven, because Elon's a little eccentric. Who else calls their boats Mr. Steven? I almost expected it to be like a Boaty McBoatface, but I kind of hoped. So there's a lot going on with the early morning launch attempt, as this is a previously flown booster. August 24th, 2017, SpaceX will not attempt to recover it for a 3rd flight. Now, okay, so that tells me that this is not a Block 5 rocket, that SpaceX are using up all their Block 4s, and not recovering it for reflight. I'm sure they're going to recover it to recycle. Because there's a lot of money that could be behind, and they're all about that kind of. If they're capable, they will serve it. Webcast below go live about 15 minutes before Wednesday's launch. That was an article by Eric Berger of Ars Technica. Like they're down to earth, talks in my language. $14 minutes. I'm gonna go over to Twitter here and see what the SpaceX is saying. Live sense. See, they have the Twitter's active. 14 minutes to launch. When it goes to launch, we'll do full page. T-minus 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Hello, David Muse. Yeah, exactly, David. I agree completely. David says, good morning, Ron. You show launches too. Great. Well, I decided to do it because there's a lot of people who do these kinds of things, and you know, they don't really have anything to say or share. It's just, come on, let's do this stuff. And I'm really passionate about space, and I'm actually really passionate about sharing space with my children to hopefully maybe entice them to get into the sciences or engineering. So we haven't got any final confirmation on if the launch is going to happen. Looking on the Twitters. I know you're being facetious there, Pat. Yes, this is a serious launch. But the last one was serious too. It was seriously cool. Clearly we've got the wrong chat set up because our friend David didn't get on the chat here. I'm gonna have to fix that. And no updates from SpaceX. Coming coming up on T-minus 10 minutes. Usually the way these rockets work is that around T-minus 3 minutes, they do the final fuel filling. Around T-minus 1 minute, all controls are handed over to the computer of the rocket, and everything starts happening real quick from that point forward. Yeah, but it is a very unique piece of space junk, Pat, in the sense that not that it's space junk that is a car, but it's not in low Earth orbit. All of the space junk we have is all around the Earth, all flying around the Earth. It's
now existence, you see,
it is actually probably the only piece of space junk that we won't be able to collect in the future. In the short-term future, we're going to be able to collect all the space junk in our low Earth orbit, or the geostationary orbit. I think geostationary is farther out.
So when you go to sleep and you try to go to sleep, you interfere with the spontaneous process of going to sleep. Try to breathe, you know, real hard, and you find you get balled up in your breathing.
I'm interested.
You've got to let go and let it happen.
Kind of weird because they don't have the setup. You have somebody talking. Showing us all the bits. So yeah, sorry about the chat. The chat's not inputted here, David. Yeah, so much crap up there. But you know what? There's going to be a company one day that builds a robot that goes up there and collects garbage, come back down and recycle it, or do something with it. I think what I think they should do is actually collect that stuff and then go to the moon with it, you know, because that's where we want to recycle that stuff, you know what I mean? We want to get stuff that's already in space and bring them to a planet, not back to Earth, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll fix that chat next time. I should have them both set up. I get forgetful, I guess. One big magnet. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, David. Yes, indeed. So we're T-minus 6 minutes. It's actually one of the challenges that's going to advance our sciences. Here we go. Oh. Am I sure that I'm on the... Oh, I'm not. Just saw that. Thought to myself, what the heck is going on? No. No, no, no. There you are.
You are looking at a live view of the Falcon.
Oh. That, this is the only live stream we got. Sure, dude. Just to make sure. Yeah, SpaceX doesn't have one, neither does NASA. Which is kind of weird. So the Tesla, unique piece of space junk that's flying through the air, and nobody really knows if what SpaceX is saying is the truth or they're leaving out a bit of the truth. So what they said was they overshot Mars with the Tesla. They had alluded to the fact that they were going to send it to Mars. Well, the thing is that in the trajectory that this Tesla is at right now, it will indeed go past Mars at an interval of time. And what the suspicion is that Elon is using for when we colonize Mars, the SpaceX is going to be the Tesla is going to be like our Halley's Comet, for crying out loud, right? Now it's like Elon's eccentric, like I said before, and the thing is that leaving out those details is right up his alley. You know, we've got to blow people's minds again and again and again, right? And that's his trip, really is. And I believe that Tesla is going to be the Halley's Comet of Mars. Like when they're gonna just see it every few years or maybe every few months or something like that, you know? And that's gonna be cool. But yes, they are doing projects with items on the International Space Center right now for trying to figure out how to get objects to move around in space without propellant. And I think that's working out. Right on, David. David just said that just checked on SpaceX. High-level winds have delayed launch. Double check to make sure. 1 minute in. Yeah. So we might be a scrub. But it's been fun. I think that maybe this is why SpaceX wasn't. Maybe they knew scrub. That's okay though. I was ready with coffee. And when I come back, that will be next. While I might not be a space engineer, I'm a live stream engineer. And it might be my only calling in life, but it's my call. Okay, let's do the countdown anyways. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, scrub. Yeah, that's not going. They would have done the lean back at around 3 minutes, where the tower would have leaned back. So, it's scrubbed. That's okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll come back when they're gonna do the launch, probably later today. Check it out. Thanks for watching, I guess.